guys, it's time for Shine Bright Design, and I hope you had a lovely Christmas and a happy new year. And I have been very busy, I'm sorry to say, with the holidays and spending time with family. Breezy just had his operation, so he is a bit out of order at the moment, and I've been looking after him. Today I want to talk about the Holbein pencils. Now, Christmas just passed and it was also my anniversary, and I got a humongous present from my partner, and he got me the Holbeins wooden box set. And I thought I would talk about this because a lot of people don't have the wooden box set. I would say the wooden box set is a collector's item. A lot of people will just get the ones in the cardboard box. The product itself is beautiful, and you'll see a lot of reviews on that as well. But I thought we would also look at the wooden box and I guess review the box itself and talk about it. Now, if you guys know me and have seen all my pencils, I have a lot of wooden boxes, and I would say I'm a mad advocate for collecting artist box sets. I love packaging and I love quality top pencils, and so I have made an effort to collect all the top brands that you can get. I hope you guys don't mind. Breezy is snoring in the background, and I hope you find it endearing rather than annoying. But he is a bit out of order, a bit sleepy and a little in pain, but he'll be alright, don't you worry. He's in good hands. But anyway, I wanted to talk about these pencils, the quality, and how hard it is to get into Australia. I am not sure why it's hard to get into Australia. A lot of art stores won't import them in. Something to do about the wood and the difficulties of importing. I am very particular with my pencils, and if you guys are interested in a video on all my wooden box sets and I guess a comparison, pros and cons of each box set, comment below. I guess a lot of people, when they get into colouring, they like certain types of pencils, and when you get to a serious point, you sometimes like to fork out a bit of money and get a collector's box set. And a lot of people kind of weigh up what box set or what wooden box set that they would get if they could get it. And I know I'm very blessed to be able to afford these pencils. I work very hard to be able to afford these, and I am passionate about art materials and these types of supplies. So let's talk about this product. This product is highly collectible, very beautiful craftsmanship. So let's look into this video and let's see what these pencils are all about. So this is the Holbeins artist colored pencil wooden box set. Now it is a dark stained wood, really beautiful. I love this color. I'm very into dark wooden boxes. There's something very classic about it, very traditional. It came in beautiful condition. It has this sticker on the top that says Holbeins artist colored pencils, fine, smooth, colored, rich colors made with light, fast pigments, with the Holbein logo at the top. Now, I am not going to remove this sticker. I think it is absolutely beautiful. It is a gold and a blue sticker, and then the box itself has 3 levels. The top flips up, and there are 2 drawers that come out this way. Now, the top bit, you have to push outwards and up to open it. And this is the pencils. So the top has very bright colors, from yellow to green. The second drawer has earthy tone neutral colors. The third drawer has pastel and fluorescent colors. Now, if you guys are interested in trying out the Holbeins, I recommend getting the pastel set because, well, if you're really into portraits and skin tones, that's what I would start off with, or else they have a primary set that you can also invest in as well. the primary colors from Holbeins are absolutely beautiful. And I feel like this color palette itself is it has a lot of variety, and you can work with it a lot. It has a big range of colors, that's what I'm trying to say. There's colors here for portraits, there's colors here for florals, and for earthy tones and everything. There are some colors or some pencils that I have in my possession that I find are lacking some colors, lacking certain skin tones or pastel tones in the color palette. So I find this color palette really good because it has a large variety of colors, and the color palette suits many purposes. So this is why I love the Holbeins. Holbeins are oil base with a bit of wax, so it is a hybrid, which is what I love. The consistency of this is very similar to a Prismacolor. Prismacolors are a wax base, so they push and pull very easily. Faber-Castells are oil base, so they're a lot harder. Now the wax is what makes it so soft and what makes Prismacolors easily smudge. Because these are oil based with a bit of wax, it is a hybrid, and it makes it kind of an in-between Prismacolor to Faber-Castell. Now if you love Prismacolor, you may enjoy these, but if you find Faber-Castells too hard, you may enjoy these as well. If you're someone who finds Faber-Castells hard because it is an oil-based pencil, you would prefer something with a bit more wax in it. So Prismacolors, Holbeins work really well. The Luminances are a bit of a hybrid as well. Luminances I find are a bit soft, but in a good way. The Luminances by Caran d'Ache are a bit expensive, and I would say the price range is equivalent to a Holbeins. The only thing about the Caran d'Ache is that it's more readily available because the brand can be bought in most art stores all around the world. Holbeins, because it is Japanese and you have to import it, not a lot of art stores will import it in and sell it to you. And if you want this, you have to purchase it from over in Japan through a Japanese seller who will then try and import it to you through your whatever country you're in. Now, depending on your customs rules, it's also whether you'll be able to get it in or not, how strict they are with the wood and the ingredients within the pencils. I was fortunate enough to be able to get these in. Thank God my partner chose a good seller, and I guess Australian customs laws aren't that strict. Now, when this comes to you, yes, it does come in Japanese. So this brochure that came with it is all in Japanese. Now, I've used Google Translate to give me some details about it. So in the Holbein set, there are a wide range of colors and sizes. So if you cannot afford the larger size, which is 150, there is a smaller size which is 100, a 50, a 36, a 24, and there are 3 types of 12 sets. So one is your primaries, the other I'm not quite sure, and I know there is a pastel set. Now if you like doing portraits like myself, the Holbeins pastel set is pretty amazing. Obviously you're going to get a yellow tone, a pink tone, a blue tone, a green tone, and a skin tone in one, so there's only 12 pencils anyway, but the full set of pastels, which is what you can see here, is absolutely amazing. And I have used this for skin. If you want to see a demonstration using completely Holbeins, check out my Holbein tutorial doing a Jasmine Becker Griffith piece, and you'll be able to see a demonstration about the consistency and the application on paper. Now, I do think it is a beautiful quality pencil. It is very smooth and very creamy, and it is very pigmented, and that is one of my favorite aspects of this pencil, as well as this packaging. If you love packaging like me, you will see beautiful craftsmanship in this box. 3 drawers with a pull-up lid. Now, there is no other wooden box set with packaging made like this. It is wonderful craftsmanship. A lot of other wooden boxes are either a flip with a tiered staircasing of the pencils. Another is just a box with trays that go and stack on top of each other. But this is the only wooden box set that I've seen with 2 drawers and 1 flip up. And I think it's one of the best wooden box sets that you can get around. The structure of it is beautiful. The wood is absolutely amazing, and the hinges and the drawers are made beautifully. There is absolutely no plastic in this besides the trays itself, which I think is kind of but look, it's not a big deal. The Luminance wooden box set has a tray design that is a lot more, I guess, classy. How they did it with foam, but there are less pencils in the Luminances as well. This is 150 pencils, and I'm pretty sure it is the largest set you can get in an artist quality pencil. Now, Prismacolor and Faber-Castell have, I believe, 120 or 150, one or the other. But they are probably the equivalent to a large set as well. The Pablos are also 120, but the Pablos I like, but the color palette doesn't fulfill all my needs. That is why I got the Luminances in collaboration with the Pablos, because the color palette was lacking in the Pablos. So if you want a way up between what I like in every type of artist quality wooden box set, comment below. I will gladly do a video on that. But I think these pencils are really lovely. They go well with the Tagar sharpener, and the barrel is round. There is gold foiling on the pencil, and this foiling will have the logo, the name, the light fastness level, and the OP number. So the coding for Holbeins is OP blah blah blah. But it is a very beautiful pencil, and I think it's absolutely amazing. I do think that the earthy tones are quite lovely. There are a lot of warm tone browns and greens. I would say they probably need a bit more of a cooler tone brown, but honestly it's not a big deal because you can make up with it by mixing other colors. The amount of cooler browns is less than the warmer tones, and there are really nice grays. Like there's warm tone grays and cool tone grays. The metallics are really lovely as well. I'm not sure whether I will use them as much as the others, but I do think the whites are absolutely amazing, very opaque. I would say they compete very well against the Caran d'Ache. I would like to see a comparison between the Holbeins, the Prismacolors and the Caran d'Ache, and the Prismacolor whites as well, and maybe the Faber-Castell white as well. Like the whites that I've used in this set in my Jasmine Becker Griffith tutorial, I found this white very opaque, very creamy, and it was great for highlights as well. So I do like it that it is a round barrel. I have issues with hexagonal pencils because my Tagar will not take hexagonal shapes. If you guys have a Tagar, you will know that hexagonal pencils will get ruined in that sharpener, just because the way that the sharpener is made, it would damage the hexagonal barrel. So that's why I will only use a Tagar with a round pencil. So Faber-Castell, Polychromos, Prismacolors, Luminances, these Holbeins will work in a Tagar. A Faber-Castell watercolor and a Caran d'Ache Pablo will not work with a Tagar, but then I have an alternative sharpener for that as well. So I also wanted to show you guys some color charts for Holbeins. I do color charts with all my pencil sets, and the reason why is I like to see how the colors apply on paper. Now I've done it on toned paper because I wanted to see the opacity and the creaminess of the pencil and how well it blends. So you can tell by seeing how it gradiates and how much of that white comes through, or that gray in the background. So for me, I find that it blends really well. It transitions very well from dark to light according to how much pressure I apply. The color in the pigment laid down is not streaky. It is very even and smooth. In fact, I find the creamier colors like the whites, the creams, and these type of colors like the creamy colors and the light greens and blues, they come out amazingly. Purples, pinks, I'm not quite sure why. It must be that creamy color. It just looks a lot better than these more purer type of colors that aren't as light. Sometimes what you see in the barrel of the pencil is not the same as what you see on paper, and sometimes I like to look for a certain color beforehand. For example, if I'm doing undertone painting for skin, I like to look at the right type of blue that I'm looking for, and having these colors laid down on pencil really gives me something to look back on, and it also shows me what colors I have in my kit. And I have these made out for every one of my pieces. I also like having these color charts because I can have the color numbers on hand as well with the name. So sometimes when I'm editing, these charts come in handy as well. So just to show you how they apply on paper, this is the red tones to yellow, bit of brown as well, some green tones, purple, blacks, and the fluorescence. Now let's talk about these fluorescents. The fluorescents are very luminous. It's really high quality. This is where color charts are important because you can actually see how fluorescent these colors are. Same as the metallics. You want to see what type of metallic color it gives off. I've had moments where I pick up a metallic color, I lay it down, I don't like it, and I have that mistake on my piece of paper. I'm looking for a right type of color, right type of gold. It's great to have a color chart available. Same with your grays. You want to know what grays you have, what warm and cold grays you have, and what type of whites that you have available. Charts are really handy. They're really attractive. I think they're very alluring to the eye. I do recommend you guys do this. If you want my color charts, they will be available for my Patreons for as little as $1 a month. And you just have to be a Patreon and you get all my color charts. They're available in PDF format. So what's also great about these color charts is I also have the light fastness as well as the color name and the color. So I want to say that this product has a large variety of colors, and I love it that they have luminance colors. So these luminance colors, I guess, are like their fluorescence, so fluoros and stuff. They're really beautiful, beautiful greens, beautiful blues, lovely amount of reds. I feel like there is no lack of color. Like, I look at this palette and I don't think that it's missing a color or it needs another color added to their addition. So these pencils also in the brochure demonstrate how the pencil apply onto different mediums. You have wood, you have cork, cardboard, and different types of pencil, paper types. So you have canvas, you have pastel paper, mid-tints, different types of high quality pencil brands, and they give you a slight demonstration how the pencil applies. And I think this is really a really great aspect of their branding, because I would like to know how my pencil applies to certain surfaces, and seeing this type of demonstration just gives it a bit of more value on this product and why it is such a high quality product. And the brand takes into consideration that we artists care about how the pencil applies to the surface. It also talks about mixing as well and overlays, and honestly it blends really nicely. You don't have to look at this brochure to see. If you want to see a real life demonstration to win you over, check out my tutorial. You'll be able to see it. Now, Holbeins also creates a solvent, and this is called Melts, and it is a product that is made to complement the Holbeins. So if you've ever used an odorless solvent, it basically melts, or I guess softens and blurs the surface. So when you see grains such as this type of surface, you can put a solvent on top and it will just smooth out the surface and make it look less grainy. Almost like giving it a watercolor effect. But the thing about solvents is you need to be careful with solvents, because they can be quite strong with the pigments, especially if you have multiple layers. It can melt the pigment and the layers and kind of lift off the pigmentation that you've already laid down, and that's not what you want to do. You just want to glaze gently so that the layers just soften up and blend into each other. It kind of takes a lot of practice to get the whole solvent thing down packed, but I've seen a lot of people stabbing at the paper or rubbing at the paper. I recommend not doing that. I always use a very glazing brush type of application, and I always make sure that I don't use too much solvent as well. I like to use a watercolor brush. A lot of people don't like to use that. People will use stumps like tortillions and cotton tips as well. But when I'm using those type of things, I feel like I could be lifting up a bit of that pigment. Now in this brochure, it also talks about the smudging method, and basically, let me just zoom in and show you guys. Now, a lot of you guys may do this with your pencils, but I recommend not doing this with your pencils because Holbeins are so expensive. Caran d'Aches are expensive. Faber-Castells are expensive. Why would you sharpen away the pigmentation when you could actually use it as a pencil? If you're going to do this type of method, get pastels. I just think it's just a lot smarter. And yes, do not apply with your fingers because you don't know what ingredients are in the pencil. So you don't want to rub it into your skin and absorb it. So there are a lot of rumors going on about Holbeins at the moment about the product being toxic. But if you guys are beginners and you haven't used a lot of artist quality products do have dangerous ingredients in them. They're not to be ingested. For example, there are paints that have cadmium in it. I just can't imagine you to be ingesting these oil-based and wax-based products. It doesn't seem safe anyway. So whether it's toxic or not, I recommend you guys to have a few things. One is, well, this is mine. This is my little desk vacuum, and it's basically a little vacuum, and I just suck up the shavings or the erasers from my artworks, and it keeps everything clean and nothing is airborne. Now, as long as you don't have a fan running around that blows all this pigment everywhere and you're inhaling it, okay. But as long as it's not extremely windy, it's not going to cause you much harm. Look, there are a lot of bad things in life that we inhale, ingest, such as cigarettes, secondhand smoke, chemicals from cleaning products, you know. There is a lot of bad stuff that we can ingest, but it's just about being smart how to handle things like this. So if you're worried about toxic stuff that you're ingesting through art stuff, one, when you handle a pencil, you hold the pencil, you hold a pencil, and by holding the pencil, you're not going to absorb the chemicals into your skin. It is not that strong. The lead is what is the chemical, okay? But you're not going to sniff that up and you're not going to eat it. So obviously be smart, use your common sense, and do not let children handle this. That's the reason why products like these are so expensive, because they're not meant to be used for children. They're not student range. Now, if you are around children and your children use your pencils, I recommend using something that is more child friendly. For example, the Faber-Castell student range, the Derwent's, they are readily available also in most stores. Anything that you can find in Michael's or any stationery shop is safe for children. That's why it's in there. Things in artist stores are made for people who know how to handle chemicals in artist quality stuff. Artist quality stuff does have a bit more high quality products in it. A lot of paints these days don't have cadmium, but cadmium is still available on the artist market. But if you have that knowledge, just be safe, use your common sense, you know. Holbeins is a very large brand, guys. Holbeins has been around for God knows how long, but it's been around for a long time. They do paints, they do pastels, everything. So in my mind, don't listen to all the rumors online. You don't know where they're coming from, why people are saying it. Maybe people are saying it just to justify them not being able to buy it or afford it. Each their own, you know. Some people can afford it, some people can't, and whether you can or can't, you know, you don't need to justify whether you buy it or not. So don't listen to the rumors, make your own research. If you want to try out Holbeins, I recommend buying a smaller set, one of the 12 sets, and trying it out and using your common sense when it comes to shavings or the particles that are hanging around your table. Keep your station clean, you know, just simple common sense things like that. I feel like when you actually get your hands on this product and test it and play around with the product, you will see the high quality that I see. And if you don't, each their own. Like, honestly, there are so many pencil brands available in this world, and that's why there are so many brands, is because we all have choice. And that's what's great about the art world so far. I find that we have choice and we can try new things and try new products that are on the market. The art world is growing, is expanding, and I feel like the coloring hobby or phase or whatever we call it, coloring has really helped us take art to that next level. It's kind of gotten people who are hobbyists, they've given you that chance to take being a colorist or paper crafter to the next level, and that's what I love about coloring. And you know, I'm a graphic designer, and I love that I can take coloring and be more enthusiastic about art because of my coloring hobby. and it kind of like gives life to my passion in my career as well. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I know it may be long and I have been rambling here and there, but I hope you guys have a lot of information about this product and the high quality that is about this. And you know, I'm happy to do a comparison against any other wooden box set brand. I know as colorists, hobbyists or whatever, we like to indulge a little, and when we indulge, it may be a collector's box like this or any other brand. But I just want to say thank you to everyone who supported me. Thank you to my family and loved ones who have supported me in my passions and hobbies and my career, and people who have supported my art. It is a hobby and career that is built by passion and is not fueled by money or success, but is fueled by passion, and passion is what makes me happiest. And I want to thank you guys for letting me create for you guys and, you know, be able to create beautiful work. You guys really have inspired me, and I hope you guys have a happy 2018. I'm excited to create new work for 2018, and you know, I love creating for you guys, and this channel has been a platform to help me do that for you guys. So thank you very much and Happy New Year. That's all from me, guys, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.